طويل الشوق يبقى. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another day of selected supplications. And today's dua is Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatika. A dua that the Prophet ﷺ was recorded to have made at the end of his salawat, and a dua that may seem short on paper, but the value and wisdom therein is something worthy of your reflection and mine. We make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid and assist us in remembering Him. What's beautiful about that? What's beautiful is that you and I, we make our attempt to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but at the end of the day, we're consumed by the dunya. We're surrounded by a reality, and that reality is that we have to tend to our families. That reality is that the world is a distracting place. The reality of the dunya is that it consumes a person and it engulfs them in itself. And in order to find ourselves able to retreat from that or find moments therein, while it is we're engaged in the dunya to remember Allah, we have to seek that from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا وَالذَّاكِرَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises the people that remember Him frequently. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us in remembering Him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also in this dua to aid us in being grateful. Because gratefulness or gratitude is something that it naturally wanes when a person continually receives a blessing. When someone gives you something for the first time, you say thank you. Then they continuously shower that same blessing upon you. It is natural that people are going to take it for granted over some period of time. But being from those that remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and are grateful to Him for His blessings makes you from among the select few. وَقَلِيلٌ مِنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. As Allah says, only a few people from amongst my servants are those that are of utmost gratitude. And we also in this dua ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid and facilitate for us the capacity to worship Him and to be His servants in a manner that's beautiful. We want to take on servitude and worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a beautiful manner. Not the way that we perceive we should be servants of His, but the way that He deserves to be worshipped, and in a manner that's befitting to His majesty and His perfection. So we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this dua on behalf of all of us as we're listening in and reflecting. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy to remember Him and to be grateful to Him, and make it easy for us to be able to take on His worship in a manner that is beautiful and pleasing to Him. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا.